Calculated proximity. The gravity pull, physical distance, is far more than just a measurement of space. It is the loudest nonverbal cue a woman will ever give you. In any social setting, whether you're at a high energy party, a casual get together, or even in the professional environment of an office, if a woman consistently ends up in your orbit, you need to realize it is almost never a coincidence. Human beings are biologically wired to move toward things they find attractive or intriguing. Think of it as a subtle, invisible magnetic pull. If you notice that she happens to be in the same room as you more often than not, or if she somehow ends up standing just a few feet away in a large crowd, she is subconsciously or consciously testing your personal space. She is providing you with the opportunity to interact without her having to say a single word. When she chooses to stand near you rather than across the room, she is lowering the barrier of entry for a conversation, effectively waiting for you to notice that she's made herself available. The most critical thing to watch for is what I call the linger. Most people who are just being polite will offer a quick greeting and move on to their next destination. But a woman who is hoping you'll make a move will do the exact opposite. She will find reasons to stay in your immediate vicinity long after the initial hello has passed. Pay attention to how she positions her body during these moments. If her shoulders and feet are angled directly toward you, even if she's talking to someone else, she is signaling that you are the true focal point of her attention. This open body language is an invitation for you to step in. She might also engage in mirroring, where she subconsciously matches your posture. If you lean against the bar, she leans. If you take a sip of your drink, she does the same. This is a deep-seated psychological sign of rapport and comfort. She is literally trying to get on your wavelength to see if there's a rhythmic connection between the two of you. Beyond just standing near you, look for the accidental excuses she creates to cross your path. In an office setting, this might look like her taking the long route to the break room just to pass your desk, or suddenly needing help with a task that she's clearly capable of doing herself. In a social group, she might consistently find the empty chair next to yours or migrate to whatever circle you happen to be standing in. These aren't random occurrences, they are strategic maneuvers. She is putting herself in your impact zone because she wants to be discovered. By constantly appearing in your field of vision, she is nudging you to take the lead and close that final bit of physical distance. She has done the heavy lifting by entering your space. Now she's waiting to see if you have the situational awareness and the confidence to bridge the gap and turn that proximity into a real connection. Deep diving, the personal interrogation. When a woman shifts the conversation away from the mundane, how was your day, or what's the weather like, and starts steering it toward your internal world, you need to realize that the dynamic has shifted entirely. This isn't just polite banter or a way to kill time. This is a strategic deep dive into who you are at your core. When she starts asking things like, what are you truly passionate about? Or what do you actually value in a relationship? She has officially stopped browsing and started vetting. She is no longer interested in the socially acceptable version of you that everyone else sees at work or in a group setting. Instead, she is hunting for alignment. She wants to see if your life trajectory, your ambitions, and your moral compass match hers. By moving past the surface, she is signaling that she finds you interesting enough to investigate as a potential long-term partner, and she's trying to gauge if there is a foundation for something much deeper than a casual acquaintance. This interrogation is actually a high-level compliment because it shows she is willing to invest the emotional energy required to truly understand you. When she asks about your childhood dreams, your biggest life challenges, or how you handle adversity, she is looking for your emotional availability. She wants to see if you are a man who has self-awareness and the courage to be authentic. If she spends an hour listening to you talk about your drive to succeed or your philosophy on life, she is essentially checking for a spark of intellectual and emotional chemistry. She's trying to figure out if you're a high resolution person with depth or just another face in the crowd. This level of questioning is her way of creating a private bubble where the rest of the world disappears and only the connection between the two of you matters. She is looking for the exclusive version of your story, the one you don't tell just anyone, because she wants to know if you're someone worth sticking around for. The way you respond to this deep dive is just as important as the questions she's asking. She is paying close attention to your transparency and your honesty. If you give her guarded, one word answers, you're essentially closing the door she's trying to open. But if you meet her halfway and share your genuine thoughts, you are validating her interest and showing her that you're capable of a real connection. She's looking for green lights that prove your values align with hers. And every personal detail you share acts as a bridge bringing her closer. This phase of the interaction is where trust is built and where a simple like turns into a genuine attraction. She is effectively handing you the microphone and asking you to prove that you are the man she thinks you are. When she dives deep, it's because she's hoping to find a reason to dive even deeper, moving the relationship from a polite conversation into a meaningful shared experience. The billboard, high value compliments. When a woman starts giving you high value compliments, she is essentially putting up a massive neon sign that says she is paying close attention to who you are as a man. You have to understand the difference between low effort praise and high value recognition. Anyone can give a generic, surface level compliment like, "You look nice today," or "cool shirt." But those are just social lubricants, things people say to be polite. A woman who is secretly hoping you'll make a move will go much deeper. She will start noticing the intricate, subtle details that the average person completely misses. She might point out the specific way you handle a stressful situation with composure, or how you have a unique way of articulating your thoughts that she finds fascinating. When she highlights your character, your intelligence, or your work ethic, she isn't just being nice. She is documenting the reasons why she is attracted to you. These compliments are deliberate proof of attention, showing you that she isn't just looking at you, she is truly seeing you. The real magic happens when she starts remembering the micro details of your life and brings them up as a compliment later. If you casually mentioned an obscure coffee order 3 weeks ago and she brings it up to tell you how refined your taste is, or if she remembers a small goal you mentioned and tells you how much she admires your ambition, the game has changed. This is a clear indicator of emotional investment. For a woman to remember the small, seemingly insignificant details about your preferences, your history, or your quirks, she has to be thinking about you when you aren't around. She is effectively building a billboard of your best traits and presenting it back to you. By doing this, she is validating your identity and making you feel seen in a way that most people don't. It's her way of creating a unique bond where you feel understood and appreciated on a level that goes far beyond physical attraction. Furthermore, these high value compliments act as a temperature check for your interest. When she praises your specific sense of style or the way you carry yourself in a room, she is watching to see how you respond. She is throwing out a line to see if you'll bite. If she tells you, "I love how you're so passionate when you talk about your work," she is literally inviting you to share more of yourself with her. She is creating a safe, positive space for you to lead the conversation and the relationship forward. This isn't just flattery, it's a strategic signal of significance. She is telling you that out of everyone in the room, your specific traits are the ones that resonate with her. When a woman takes the time to articulate exactly what makes you special, she is essentially handing you the green light to take things to the next level because she has already decided that you are worth the effort.